Hello, my name's Jessica Martin, and during this week I'm reflecting on sharing in communion. It's a week when we think about an ancient sacred practice in the church, which St. Paul, in his letter to one of the very earliest churches, traces back to the words of Jesus on his last night before he was arrested, tried, and killed. This is what Paul says. The Lord Jesus, on the night when he was betrayed, took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, "This is my body that is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he took the cup also after supper, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." And so, since the very earliest times of the church, Christians have always met to break bread together and to share the cup of wine as Jesus asked them to, in order to remember him. Sometimes this is called Eucharist, a word which means giving thanks. So many life-giving things are folded inside this meal of remembering. Shared meals are at the centre of the way people live together, one of the places where we truly share our lives and our good things with one another. So a shared meal is already a place of gift. But as Jesus says, this shared meal is also a place of memory. Even more than that, it's a place where the memory of someone's gift isn't just recalled, it literally lives again, just as Jesus, who died, lives again in being raised to life from death. And the shared meal is also a thanksgiving, a time when the community shares together in a thanksgiving for Jesus' gift of himself. As he blesses and breaks the bread, he shows how the act of breaking, for when you break up a loaf, it becomes a loaf of scattered bits, is also an act of sharing, something that binds a scattered group of people together. You can't share a whole loaf without breaking it into pieces, says Jesus. Every meal, even the most ordinary meal, where people share bread, is a meal where they break something in order to bring people together, so that people can strengthen their bonds with each other by sharing it out. But when we meet to share bread and wine in communion, that breaking and sharing becomes an even deeper thing. Jesus calls the breaking and sharing to remember him a new covenant, a new promise. It's an act that makes and marks a new bond between God and humanity, a bond made strong by Jesus in his giving away of himself. The bread recalls the breaking of his body. The wine recalls the shedding of his blood. So sharing in communion can be seen as the binding memory of Jesus as sacrifice. It remembers, reenacts the breaking and sharing of Jesus' own self to bring humanity into a renewed closeness with God. So, if you come to share in communion, what will you find? It's an experience of the gifts we give each other in a shared meal, the memories that come alive as we remember them together, the thanksgiving that makes our hearts glad for what we have received, and the remembering of the sacrifice that brings us again into intimacy with God, who loves us and yearns for our company. Sharing in communion remembers the things that have been broken, but it also makes all our memories